All right, this is verse 4 in Second Thessalonians. Now, let me read verse 4 and then let me explain to you its meaning. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Now, that is exactly the doctrine of the Antichrist, the doctrine of the devil, and the doctrine of the serpent. If you remember in the Garden of Eden, the serpent said that when you ate the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which was in the midst of the garden, that in that day your eyes shall be opened, knowing both good and evil, and that ye would be gods. Well, that's the exact same manifestation of this exaltation of the self that you're seeing here in verse 4, which is representative of not only the Antichrist, but all of those who follow after him. And now you begin to see that manifest in the world today around you within that popular New Age philosophy, which is proclaiming oneself as God. And I mean, you're seeing it everywhere. And I'm seeing good people, good-hearted people, that are truth-seeking people that are succumbing to this sophistry of the self, this sophisticated deception of the ego, of which is the collective consciousness of the planet. When you hear people saying that they that you should join the collective consciousness of the planet, well, they must not understand that the collective consciousness of the planet is under possession. It's under possession by that of the fallen prince of this world. And the collective consciousness has been dismantled, as in the dominion of earth by the believer has now been taken over by the unbeliever. And the collective consciousness of the planet manifests itself as the supreme ego. And that supreme ego is none other than Lucifer himself. So when you talk about raising your vibrational resonance to the harmony of the collective consciousness of this world, I hope that you understand that you're beginning to be sucked in to some of the strong delusion and some of the very strong deception. Now, there is a consciousness that is a part of something that we as true believers in the real light of the truth that we resonate with. But we do that simply by faith. And it's something that's an eventuation. It's not something that you have to try to make happen. All you have to have is faith, and you are in harmony. The stronger your faith, the stronger your harmony. Harmony simply equals resonance. So think about this collective consciousness of the planet and who is really in control of that collective consciousness of the planet right now. And you'll see that you don't want to join that. And that you'll see that you don't want to raise any sort of vibrational frequency to attune yourself to that egotistical based consciousness of you are an exalted God within the temple housing of a material body. And that's not what you are. What you are is gifted potential. It is a gift of potential that you yourself must come to grips with and respect and realize the magnitude of the potential that is being offered to you. But it doesn't mean that in any way, shape, or form now you yourself sit as some sort of creator God. The only thing that you create now at this point in time and space is your own fantasies, entertained by the lack of knowledge, fueled by the delusion of one called Lucifer. I'll be back.